Welcome back to MVP Channel 6, where I share stories and tips. I'm Sunny, your host, and happy Sunday to you guys. Thank you for joining me today. And today we'll be tackling the challenge that affects us all. It is maintaining focus in a world that is so distracted. We get notifications from email pings and app pings and social media and so on and so forth. And it's easy for us to lose track of what really matters. So today I'll be sharing some practical strategies on how to eliminate those distractions so that we can accomplish our goals. So stay tuned. Now, the first thing that we're going to start with is identifying so that we can eliminate the distractions. Identify, eliminate. In order for us to stay focused, we're definitely going to have to recognize what exactly is stealing our attention. So, here's a few things that we can do in order to gain control of that. The first thing would be to turn off your unnecessary notifications. I know that when I was becoming a better Christian, instead of being frustrated when I get home, having a glass of wine, I transitioned into having or doing puzzles. I love word games, and I noticed that I was being bombarded with a lot of notifications about this game being ready and that game being ready and so on and so forth. So I had to use do not disturb or just decide that I do not want the notifications for whatever is coming in so that I can manage and control exactly who and what has access to me. Now, the next thing, of course, and we've talked about this before, is decluttering, declutter. Decluttering your space and making sure that you have a clean space gives you a clean mind about what exactly you're wanting to accomplish. If you have a messy space, you can easily be distracted. So I would just urge you to, before you start doing whatever it is that you want to do, just clean the space up so that you will be easily accomplishing your goals. The next thing would be to set boundaries. You can easily find yourself in social media just endlessly scrolling. And I tell you guys, this one is a difficult one for me because I often have to use social media, YouTube, to find out exactly what I'm going to discuss with you guys, and I get distracted. I get distracted because I love comedy, and I find myself down the rabbit hole of laughing at this and laughing at that. But I will say that if you are able to go ahead and set boundaries on time frames and manage what you're actually seeing by using the little three buttons to say I'm not interested in seeing this, then it'll help you focus on what's coming in and what you're outputting, right? In good input, good output. Now we're going to step into step 2 where we want to build laser sharp focus. And that's a skill. You want to minimize the distraction by using certain techniques. So the first technique would be the Pomodoro technique. And you guys, this was new to me. I had to do a little bit of research about it, but I think that we innately or naturally use this technique, and now we have a name for it, and it's Pomodoro technique, where you start your task for 25 minutes or 30 minutes and you take a break for 5 minutes, and you do that in intervals. Now, I know that I often utilize this, and I just didn't know that it was the Pomodoro technique, where you're at work or you're using a project or you're doing a project and you're like, I just can't figure this out. And so you take a step back, and when you come back, it's like you came back with a newer, clear set of eyes, and you're able to solve the problem because you were too deep into it at the time. So the Pomodoro technique, again, take a little break before you continue. Then you want to prioritize your task. Start your day by listing the three most important things that you want to accomplish. Years ago, I had to read this little small book. It's like 20 pages long, called Eat the Frog. And Eat the Frog just meant that it was showing you how to do the task that you least like to do. Whatever it is that you do not like to do, do that one first. You remember you're starting your task with a fresh day, a fresh slate every morning. And so if you're doing a task that you don't want to do first, then as the day goes on, you're doing tasks that you love to do and it doesn't feel like you're working. So Eat the Frog, you guys. Take a look at that book. It's very helpful. And then train your mind to do deep work. So again, that's a skill that you have to develop. There's a saying that says if you do 17 minutes of anything per day for a certain length of time, you can become a master. So I would just encourage you to start small with like 17 minutes per day of whatever it is that you're trying to focus on, and master that 17 minutes and then see how it opens up the door to whatever it is that you're working on. Setting that 17 minutes of uninterrupted, zero distractions will kind of put you like in work meditation stage. You know how much time and concentration it takes to be in meditative mode? Well, think of it that way. Think of yourself being in total, uninterrupted, zero distraction time to work on whatever project you're trying to accomplish. That's how you start with that task. Now, we're stepping into step 3, which is to maintain consistency so that you can officially, finally get your goal completed. Now, focus isn't about working hard. It's about working smart and staying consistent. You need to create a daily routine. Now, I have the blessing of seeing somebody that inspires me every day, that gets up, that has a daily routine, and that helps me to stay focused on what it is that I want to accomplish. Creating a daily routine just keeps you from having to deal with decision fatigue. I have to do this, I have to do this. And sometimes just thinking about all of the things that you're responsible for can just give you mental fatigue. So if you have that daily routine, you know what exactly you're going to do. You find yourself kind of like in default or default mode. You know that I'm going to do this next. I'm going to do that next once you accomplish your routine. The next thing that you're going to step into is going to be to take care of your mind and your body. You have to get good rest, you guys. You have to eat good food, because when you're having good food and good rest and some exercise, you are definitely putting yourself in the optimal execution mode. If you have a good feeling, then you're going to put out good product. And so that starts by you taking care of you. The last thing that I would say is going to be to stay accountable. Share your goal with somebody that's going to help you stay on track, somebody that you can trust, and again, somebody that inspires you, that you look at in awe and say, you know what, this person did it, and this is my reason why, and I want to stay on track. That will help you stay accountable with yourself, and you may be helping another person because you guys have an accountability team. Now, today I'm going to share with you Colossians 3:2 that says, set your mind on the things above and not the things of the earth. This scripture is basically emphasizing for you to use godly wisdom versus worldly wisdom, or just being concerned about worldly things. When you use the wisdom of God, then you can set your mind on the things that you want to accomplish so that you will be able to be successful. Now, in a world full of distractions, staying focused is a skill that needs to be developed. So we need to eliminate interruptions, sharpen our focus, and stay consistent with whatever it is that you're trying to do. Now, what do you feel like is the best tip that I shared with you today, you guys? Of course, I want to hear you guys. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe, share this video with anybody, and don't get distracted. I do want you to click the notification button. That won't be a distraction because, again, this channel is designed for you to be the MVP of your own life. I look forward to speaking to you guys. Thank you for taking this time with me today. Until next Sunday, bye.